right, guys, so just picking up my 17 cubic yard trailer here, a little further away from where I actually would like to be renting to, but it worked out well. I had nobody else, wanting to rent it for the meantime, so I was able to lose a little bit of fuel money out of this deal, but ended up being a great customer. Just one kind of large item right there. You can kind of see that's a little bit way too high above the rail, but that's not a problem. Everything else seems to be pretty secure in the dump trailer. So we're gonna head out of here. We're gonna go ahead and dump it and be on our way, and I'll catch you guys in a little bit. All right, guys, so that dump ended up being about $50, so just right under a full ton. I think the total was 1860 on the weight, so not too bad for my 17 cubic yard. One thing about this is I wanted to be able to have two different options, two different sizes, and being able to I charge about $25 more for having the extra 2 feet, having more yardage for this trailer, being able to offer that. So definitely worth it. I'm happy I went ahead and did that when I did. Grateful for this trailer, besides the ridiculous manual jack that I still have to put up with now that I'm kind of spoiled having the hydraulic jack that I do have. But yeah, this was not too bad of a dumpster situation. A little further than I really cared to be honest, for this particular run. But one thing that I have noticed, especially at this beginning stage, and obviously I'm not 2 years, I'm not 5 years into this, being willing to take maybe some of these dumpster rentals that are a little further out of my normal zone, I would really feel comfortable with. Should I stick to my guns and say I'm not going to deliver unless I'm going to charge $50 extra fuel fee because I think this was like 35 miles away. I originally thought and agreed to this thinking it was less than 30, somewhere in there. It ends up being, this is a little bit ways away, and there's no really good way to get there. So that means I'm country roading it. That means I'm bouncing all over the road. That means I'm taking a lot longer. I'm spending more time doing it. But the truth is, I can either stick to my guns and say, I'm not doing it, I'm not gonna waste my time, or I'm gonna charge you more money. In which case, when I have thrown that out there, I've suggested that to customers. They say, okay, bye. And that's not exactly, some may say, yeah, well, you've got to do what you got to do, man. Stick to your guns on that. But I got to tell you, especially at these beginning stages for myself, just getting the experience, just learning through some of these things, being able to bite the bullet and say, my profit margin on this particular rental is not going to be as high as it maybe normally would be for a more local operation. But the truth is, what's the value? What's the value that I'm truly getting out of this rental? It's not just monetary. If I can get a good review, it doesn't matter where he's from. If I can get a good review, this customer, if they can put a Google review that says this guy showed up on time, he did a good job, it was a great product, it helped me out tremendously, that's what I'm really shooting for. It's not just the dollars and cents that you're getting value from, maybe going outside of your comfort zone, going outside of your radius that maybe you're really wanting to stay within. But for me, being able to say, I'm going to spend a little bit more money on fuel. I'm going to waste a little bit more time driving. This is not what I'm really wanting to go for. But at the beginning stages, am I flexible enough to say, it's worth it to me, rather than this thing sitting here making me zero money. So that's just kind of where I'm at. Now, obviously, I'm not taking this, I'm in Indiana. I'm not taking this thing to Missouri. I'm not taking this thing across state lines. Like, I'm not going 3 hours away or something. I'll definitely go 3 miles away. What am I willing to do that's reasonable still? And that's, I guess that's just for you to decide for yourself. What is reasonable for you, for your business? What are you willing to go maybe a little bit past your radius you really want to be able to get these things rented out? Again, maybe not making as high of a profit margin, but getting able to get good reviews, get some likes on your Facebook page, whatever it may be, and then just word of mouth. And the truth is, if they had a good interaction, maybe they have some people who are closer, who live 2 miles away from you. Just because they're further away doesn't mean they don't know other people around, So there's just a lot of different, maybe hidden value. I'm sure there's a term for it, delayed value behind the scenes of a dumpster rental that's maybe further out. It's not exactly the situation you want to be in. But for me, this is just kind of where I'm at, just kind of learning, hey, for me, for right now, and this is just my own self-awareness from what I want in my business, how I want to run it right now. This is worth it to me for right now. And maybe in the future, it won't be. Maybe in the future, I say, listen, I have enough business here locally. If you want me to come all the way out to you, you're the person in the position of maybe in a more desperate situation. I'm not. That maybe at that point, I'm not the person who is, cringing and just hoping, man, can I get any business at all? Oh dear. But rather, they're the person who says, listen, I know you don't really go outside of your radius, but I'm willing to maybe at that point pay more, because you're not the person who is in dire need. You're not the person who's more vulnerable. Maybe they are. Maybe they're out in the middle of nowhere and nobody's willing to come to them. And so, yeah, it does make sense. They would have to pay more for you to come out all the way out to them. So anyways, appreciate you watching the videos, subscribing, hit the like button. If you did get good value, I just want to kind of share my journey as I kind of go through these things, just kind of learning as I go. This was a pretty solid rental. Only had one maybe larger item towards the back that was kind of sticking up, way above, but didn't shift anywhere. No issues at the transfer station. $50 for the dump fee, approximately putting about $25 counting for gas. So for a $275 overall fee, shave off $75 of that, made a $200 profit net. Obviously not paying for my time, but just I'm keep reinvesting everything back into the business right now. So $200 net profit after it's all said and done. So yeah, appreciate you watching. Hopefully this has helped you. If it is, let me know down in the comments below if you've ever run into a situation where you've got people who are reaching out to you who are maybe farther than you want to go. Maybe it doesn't make sense to you. Maybe it does make sense to you. If you did go ahead and do it, did you regret it? Or are you willing to do it again for a situation like that? So I will see down in the comments what you guys have to say. Appreciate your time. Have a great day. Stay safe, guys, and God bless.